A night out at Oystons turned deadly after a woman was killed behind the Randall Phillips Polyclinic. 45-year-old Linda Tull of Foursquare Valley St. Philip and her daughter were at Oystons when they were accosted by a man they knew around 20 minutes to midnight. The daughter left to get help from the nearby police station, but when they returned, Tull was slumped in her car, injured and unresponsive. An ambulance was called, but she died at the scene. A post-mortem is to be conducted to determine the cause of death. Investigations are continuing. Meanwhile, one man is dead and two women are nursing injuries following a domestic dispute on Thursday. Before he died, 60-year-old Vincent McLean Marshall of Woodstock Road, Spooners Hill, St. Michael, allegedly stabbed his fiancée, Judy Brathwaite, and her friend Maureen Callender while at his residence. Both women were stabbed in the abdomen. Brathwaite was treated and discharged, but Callender had to undergo surgery and remains hospitalized. Marshall reportedly drank a poisonous substance after the dispute. He too was taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, where he passed away. A businesswoman is tonight at a loss as to her next move after fire wiped out her operations. Fire ripped through Jenny's Upholstery early this morning, destroying the Bank Hall Cross Road business owned by Jenny Holdip. 10 officers under the command of Deputy Fire Chief Lloydson Phillips responded to the blaze. A visibly shaken Miss Holdip told CBC News she got the call about the fire just after 7 this morning. She says it is difficult to quantify the loss to her and her 5 employees.
It's a very big loss. I can't really give a price now. I could tell it's a very big loss, because the machine alone is $3,000 and I lost 2 machines there and then. Then it's the compressor, and I do 8 sets of chairs and everybody material was there.
Christmas is just over a month away, but Barbadians have already been busy collecting their barrels from the Bridgetown Port. According to Kenneth Atherley, Divisional Manager, Corporate Development and Strategy with the Bridgetown Port, the heightened activity started about 2 months ago. Mr. Adderley made the comments in an interview with CBC News at the Barbados Port Inc., where scores of Barbadians went today to be part of the port's Open Port Day. The event, now in its 3rd year, is intended to give the public a better insight into the port's daily operations.
We've had a steady increase in the business over the last 2 months. Actually, it would seem like Barbadians are beginning to listen with respect to shopping early and doing the business early. But there is an increase. We have been working with the Customs Department and also with the port staff in order to make a few changes so that we could handle the increase in traffic a bit better.
Mr. Atherley says the port has been using modern technology via the internet to let Barbadians know when their barrels arrive, and the system has also been used to assist shipping agents. It was launched about a month ago.
We've developed a web portal which allows customers to go online to see that their barrels, their cargo is ready. And we've also developed a similar facility for the shipping agents, where they can check on the status of containers coming through the port. So both customers, commercial and public, can have a sense of where their cargo is in the system once it reaches Barbados.
The Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, though not in favor of the concessions granted to Sandals, has welcomed the introduction of the brand into the island. Executive Director of the BHTA, Sue Springer, says its entry is positive news for Barbados.
We are fully aware that the Sandals brand is well recognized and in our key markets, and that the recognition to their newly acquired product, namely Sandals couples at Casuarina, and by extension to Barbados, be it to tour operators, travel agents or consumers, this brand is very, very well known. The company is also well known for its extensive marketing capabilities and its ability to encourage and maintain additional airlift.
Ms. Springer says they've discussed the reduction of the VAT rate with the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs. She says a decision has been taken regarding the various categories that have been included in the reduction.
We are now awaiting a letter to confirm this decision, and we sincerely trust that this will be forthcoming so that the reduction can be implemented before the winter season, thereby offering the operators the opportunity of maximizing their selling power during the peak time.
A call for debate in the House of Assembly on the issue of reparations. The call was issued by President of the Clement Payne Movement, David Comishong. It came during a conference on reparations hosted by the Pan-African Commission of Organizations at the Henry Fraser Theatre at the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill.
The parliamentarians of Barbados must debate the issue of reparations. They must pass a national resolution, a Barbados national resolution, giving the stamp of approval of the Parliament of Barbados, the people of Barbados, behind a demand for reparations.
To support claims for reparations, Mr. Comishong says international law states that compensation must be paid where war crimes were committed, and he's likened the act of slavery to that of war crimes. Secretary of PACO, David Denny, says his organization supports local and regional efforts to push for reparations.
This process is not developed to come up with any form of conflict with what have happened in the past, but is designed to create the conditions so that civil society, the NGO movement, Pan-Africanist organizations, our Rastafari brothers and sisters who have been pushing the call for many years for reparation can come together in Barbados and to create the conditions so that we can work together as an NGO sector.
Well, the Queen Elizabeth Hospital's new stroke unit will benefit from the proceeds of its annual golf charity, which was held today. Consultant cardiologist with the QEH, Anthony Harris, made the comment as he addressed sponsors and participants following the tournament at the Barbados Golf Club. Participants in this year's tournament included Minister of Health John Boyce and Director of Public Prosecutions Charles Leacock, among others.
This money is raised to help with the stroke unit, the just open stroke unit, which is a 20-bed unit where we're trying to put all the strokes in one ward. And the reason for that is that if you do that, you can concentrate your resources, you can concentrate your expertise of staff, and therefore you can have better outcomes. And we're also hoping to promote a situation where we can even reverse some strokes if we can get them early. If a stroke is found within 3 hours, and if it is a particular type of stroke, so-called ischemic stroke, then sometimes with intravenous medication, we can even completely reverse that stroke and have the person back to normal.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the hospital's board, Joseph King, also addressed the gathering. He says the board fully supports the hospital's activities that help to engage with the public.
The hospital would have been celebrating a week of activity, and let me congratulate the hospital staff for a well-planned, put-together week of activity. I want to assure the staff that my board will support such activities because we believe that the hospital has to do a bit more to let the public know what is going on.
Well, Barbados, through the Public Energy Smart program, will promote the use of electric-powered vehicles by solar energy. This was revealed by the representative of the Inter-American Development Bank, Joel Bransky.
On a pilot basis, the government of Barbados will create a small fleet of electric vehicles with charging dock stations powered by solar technology. This is the first program in Latin America and the Caribbean that promotes the use of electric vehicles powered by solar energy.